Okay,
It is 6:01 and we will start the meeting.
all right. Chair Dina Phelps,
Here.
Vice Chair Maggie Burns,
Here.
Luke Curtis, Kyle Davenport,
Here.
Alex Day,
Here.
Elizabeth Copps, Marie Hoda,
Here.
Amy Wilson. And excused, we have Edie Hughes and Chelsea City Council Liaison Chelsea Noonenkamp and Inglewood School Liaison Devon Williams are not present. Staff, we have Director Christina Underhill, Library Director Rachel Fuel, and Library Operations Manager Carrie Watson.
Everybody take a look at the minutes. Move to approve the minutes.
Okay. Who was second? Elizabeth, thanks.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No comments, we'll go ahead and go to reports.
Okay. I mostly wanted to tell you a little bit more about our children's outreach programs. I mentioned last month that Kimberly had started this Brain Boosters program with the second and third graders at the elementary schools. She shared they've been visiting Clayton. So they had one visit with 58 attendees. That's 2 classes of students. So they're really embedding in the schools and meeting with teachers and meeting in classrooms with students. And then they met with the third grade 4 visits. So they met with 2 classes in their initial visit and then individual classes to follow-up visit. So they really are spending a lot of time and really embedding, like I mentioned, with students. So we're really excited about all of that work. She's also, we're getting a bit fewer folks who are coming into the library to get their prize books. This is sad on one hand, but I feel like it's kind of the ramp up of this program. And so she's really connecting with a lot of students. And I think it's going to take a number of times for them to really understand, oh, she's coming from the library. Oh, I can go to the library. And that's the intention of the program. So we're trying to get the kids to understand that we have curriculum support here at the library. And so we have seen fewer kids in the library and getting those prize books. But what she's going to do with that is plan on extending that another year. So I think that's a really cool opportunity and will get us, I think, further even into deepening our connections with Englewood Elementary Schools.
So can I speak on that in Chelsea? Because
Yeah.
I have a Clayton third grade. I made her write her little blurbs and I checked her work on all of them to make sure that they were done well because that's who we are. But I gave Kimberly some feedback help, which was that like we saw it in the parent newsletter, but not from the teachers directly. And so I think that she was like, okay, great, then I'll follow back with the teachers more. But the 3 additional classroom visits were during your closure.
Mhm.
And so Kelly came and did a craft that like they all loved and it was just really fun. And, you know, I have a library kid. She knows Miss Kimberly and helps out all the time, but like it was just very. And I liked seeing, she has all the, if anyone wants to walk over to the children's area, she has the little papers that the kids wrote based on books. They were like little mini book reports. She had them hung up and you can go read and they're very cute.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of cool art.
Yes,
things,
oh
so,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
we had really, because it worked. That's a really good point. And the other thing she brought up to me was that her relationship is different at each school. And she's really trying to use this program to grow those relationships with the principal, with the teachers, with the students. So it's really just like long-term work that we're always going to be working at, but it's really, I think, growing in this really deep and meaningful way. So those are the stats I'm most excited about. Did you have any questions or comments on our statistical report?
I just wanted to point out that it looks like the total incidence year to date is down from last year. That's quite encouraging.
Yeah, and I guess I can speak to that a little bit. We've been doing a couple things to kind of make sure we've got a staff ready for whatever incident happens. And I think that's really given people a lot of tools to de-escalate things. So I've been doing a setting healthy boundaries training with all of our staff members. And then Carrie's been doing a really robust person in charge training as our full-time folks come on board. And in those two trainings, we're really kind of delivering skills to our team to help them deal with those incidents and like squash them early. Right? So that's kind of some of the work we've been doing, and I'm glad it's showing up for you.
What, on your volunteer hours, I'm just curious, that's not a typo, for October this year and 38 for October of last year.
We were on a bit of a hiatus,
Okay,
and we're now just rebuilding. We've had 4, I think, volunteers start this week.
There was a new volunteer, we had cycled off the end of a volunteer cycle,
Okay.
and then October was kind of a break month. And then just this past week, we've had 4 new volunteers start for the first time, and then many of the returning volunteers are starting back. So October was low just because it was break month altogether with volunteering. But we will have 4 brand new volunteers starting as of this week. Yeah, Carrie.
Any other questions?
Our phones are now set up on our computer. So, oh, it's crazy, like Christina.
We have spent our board budget, so nothing there. Going into new business, so reviewing the 2025 holiday.
Yes, so we got all of our requests in from our folks who are gonna be out of town and various things, and that has led us to propose a calendar where we kind of close at 5 p.m. on those weekdays, and then have one closure day, Sunday, where we just do not have enough human beings. So that's just the proposal this year, and hope that.
I'm seeing 2 options. Oh, no.
So that's
sorry.
26, so.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you'll see then our closure for 2026, that's
Sorry, my bad.
all good.
Is this an FYI or do we need to?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you guys agree or disagree, that's the time to do it and make a motion if you'd like to pass it.
Okay.
Slows down pretty heavily over the Christmas week and New Year's. Yes. That's just a.
It's either slow or we're like, need something, but it's like.
Look at something to do.
Yeah, but it starts by 5 p.m. anyways.
Yeah. I move to approve this calendar.
Do you need us to approve 2026 as well, or is that just?
I think 25 now, and then we'll do that next.
All those in favor of approving the 2025 holiday schedule? Aye. Any opposed?
And then I think I kind of goofed something up for this 26. That's options.
Oh, we got it.
I think I PDF'd it wrong, sorry, buddy, we'll get that corrected. But we wanted to share with you a couple proposals for the holiday schedule. One that includes a number of closure days. The holiday's gonna fall weird at the end of a week. So we just wanted to throw some options your way, so that we could plan with our team and let people know if it could take time off or not. So for option 1 is just very similar to this year, in terms of closing at 5 p.m. on most of those weekdays during those 2 weeks, where we have holiday days. And then the second option is just to remain closed between the 24th, those closure days through the New Year Day. Yeah.
May I suggest that we table this to January and see how those days go?
Totally.
This December.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love
Like, I just think that you could give us more authentic feedback on whether people actually came in.
I love that.
Do we need a look for that tool? No, okay, we'll just. Monday? Okay, well,
Did you wanna look and just mention calendar in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, and so then the rest is, we have slotted in our in-service days and our maintenance closure week, in conversation with our partner teams. And then, Independence Day is gonna be a little weird also next year, so got that noted. I think that's pretty much it.
There are only one staff in service.
We'll do another one during, yeah, we'll do another one during that close.
Got it. Yep.
And we did check in with the school calendar and tried to identify those. We're also gonna be doing a better kind of data collection on closed school days, and if we notice any of our data points changing
Yeah.
on those days, so we'll start to monitor more of that.
My only question is like, is it worth being open on Sunday, July 5th? And like,
I mean, yes, that's a
That's
good
good.
question.
question. And I think that it is, in my opinion, appropriate to close that day. I think it's a good idea, yeah.
I think that often those kind of, when they adjust, are on that sort of weekend too, it's very difficult to staff.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
thinking.
few people remain in town.
Right,
Even us, I mean, and when Sundays are low in general, then
Yeah.
have it adjacent to a.
like I think it makes more sense probably just to close that day.
We can come in January with full kind of updates on the holidays. No.
Anybody else have any questions about 2026 before we table to January? Please, policy revisions.
Yes, so I've given you two, and I know it's a lot, and also this is we table so you can spend time with these, it's fine too. But we are looking at let's start with our library spaces policy. So this is just like how we describe to patrons how our space can be used. A number of these things had to change because we are trying to update some of our practices so that we can be a little bit more generous with our use of space. We want to make an adjustment specifically about extending time in study rooms if there's no one waiting for them. So that's one thing that's going to be addressed here. We've also just kind of cleaned up a few like kind of messy things that were in our space use policy. I think the biggest one was the study room thing. Anything else, Carrie, that you can think of?
No, I think it, like you said, is a lot of cleaner language, and then I think when you get to the part about the tech lab, I think we try to make it more line up with the other policies.
And we really have a goal of maximizing the use of the space while we're open to the public. We want anything, if it's just laying foul of being used.
And I think we added some guidance on like what we would do if the library had unexpectedly closed. What spaces can be used for, and if we're not trying to endorse anything, just kind of adding those sort of that sort of language.
This is the proposed policy, is the current policy on the website?
Yes.
Take a look.
And we wanted to bring it before you because the previous policy was policy, so we didn't want to make any changes.
Thoughts, do we feel prepared to approve it tonight, or does everybody want to take time to argue it?
I would be fine voting on it today, especially if the new language, new proposals are based on like wanting more generous.
I had a quick question about the meeting rooms and the limit of 24 times during a calendar year, just the logic behind them, how we write the limit.
I think that was set earlier. So I don't know where that origin of that number was.
I think it had to do more with, it was also predated me, and that we lived in there. I think that it was more just like, in case it needed to be used for other people, like
Yeah.
having it, that we, especially since we give first priority to library programming.
Yeah.
If someone was taking it literally like every week, then it would prevent our ability to, host programs in that space. So I believe that's its origin, and we've just, it's hung around.
Has that number ever been an issue?
Yeah. No.
Okay, yeah, I think that was.
I think that most of the people have, for things is like on a monthly basis, like there's so many HOAs. Again, every month.
I think maybe the only edit to that, I would say, is 26, in case there's something that has a like every other week cadence
Yeah.
versus twice per month, like, or maybe you're just nice and flexible on that, I don't know.
Well, and it, limit on the study.
Yeah.
Wasn't that much of a concern, I was just curious about it.
And that's another thing too, we can be monitoring this year to see if that's legit.
Yeah.
Were there any major changes being made to the patron code of conduct?
Oh, let's head over there now.
Okay, well. Step. Yeah,
gotcha,
gotcha. Sorry.
You approve this one per.
Yeah.
If.
I would feel more comfortable if we had just a little bit of time to go through this.
That's fine.
Honestly, just I want to look at the old one. I don't foresee any issue, but I figure we have a month to do it. If everyone else will be okay with that.
Sounds good.
We're not meeting next month.
On the agenda. It's January. It's January, okay. We're approving. Okay, we're.
Yes. We just hot potatoed it over to you, so whatever you want to do.
Make a request. When we have changes to a pre-existing policy or pre-existing document, could we see a red line in the packet?
Could,
Thank you.
could you even just email that version of it to us?
It would still be public information. Do you want me, I can email it to you,
Oh,
but what
yeah.
we provide to you guys does need to
Ahead
be,
of the next meeting, could we have it with the red lines? So that we can, like,
definitely.
that's a really good,
Yeah.
that's all understand.
I love her.
So thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of process improvement, so love it. Thank you. Patron code of conduct. We had a lot of changes in terms of our ability to deal with unattended items. We've gotten some guidance from the city attorney's office that we need to be doing that differently, so a lot of that is written within this policy, so. Just getting updated and getting into compliance, pretty much. For doing this policy.
Just dropping 5-year-old off with Miss Kimberly on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But we also did want to put in writing kind of what we do to address sleeping in the library. Really want to make sure that folks know, we're just trying to keep people healthy and know that they're well while they're here. Have something to point to when that does happen.
Give a red line for this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's what I'm gonna ask, maybe,
And
I think I
yeah,
can.
thank you.
Yeah.
How's the library considered a playing music over a loudspeaker addition to the code of conduct policy? Is that something you guys deal with, or people just having something playing with no headphones in? Is that something that patrons find disruptive? Is that something that you have considered?
We typically handle that just kind of in a de-escalation mode.
Great.
We have headphones that are free that we give to anyone, so if that's happening, typically I just walk up to somebody and say, hey, seems like you're playing some music. Want to listen to that privately?
Love it.
That's how that goes.
Does that need to be in policy though, or is that?
It doesn't feel like it's escalated to that yet.
Yeah.
If it did, I would bring it up and thank you for
And just standards of behavior does address like disruptive behavior.
Yeah.
So usually if it's risen to the level of disrupting people around it, and it becomes like an actual behavior issue, then it's dealt with under standards of behavior instead of.
The trend of watching videos on your phone while on public transport is like really a thing, so.
handy to have all those headphones.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Take a cue. Here can be the headphone fairy.
Any other questions for right now? Otherwise, we'll table and vote in January. All right, we'll move on to old business then, staffing updates.
I do have a great staffing update for you. We have selected a new collection services supervisor. Monica Washingberger will be joining us on December 15th. And we are just thrilled to have her. She's been doing a lot of this work at Denver Public Library and is going to bring a really strong skill set to our team. And we're thrilled. And all of the folks that we have hired have been running through all of our training stuff. They're doing great. Yeah, it's just, we're humming around here.
Are there any remaining open positions?
There will be one, but we'll need to get our new supervisor on board and kind of see what missing pieces we have before we list that one.
Makes sense, and then they can help with.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sorry, you're so close to this.
Always, but
Okay, and then the next item was the December meeting. I brought it up last month because I know I can't make it, you make it on that day, so I had originally suggested moving the date, but then somebody else suggested it be canceled. So. Is everybody thoughts on that, or anybody think we need to have a December meeting?
Would have been for the 18th.
Yeah.
That's the last day of school.
I could make it, but I'm finding to go again.
Here. If we feel like we have things that we need to talk about, although I don't know what's a forum for us.
5. Debbie, quorum.
Four.
I would be.
Quorum is 7,
Seven.
yeah, right?
Well,
1, 2, 3.
I also think that if we are tabling all of these things that we would like want more people there, it makes more sense to wait. I moved to cancel.
I think,
Rachel, do you think anything important will come up between now and then, or?
I don't think so. We're basically on our plan for next year, so I don't think we're gonna cook up anything new.
Okay, second. All right, all those in favor of canceling the December meeting, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, great, I'll see you guys in January. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right, we'll just keep moving along then. Staff's choice.
Carrie, did you have anything you want to share?
No, I will say that one of the things, since we'll meet in January, then you'll get the full year's stats. We are working with some of our city partners to kind of redo our stats dashboard and hopefully be able to provide you some cleaner ways to access it. And then hopefully even just like access it whenever you want on more just go and check it out kind of basis and see month to month comparisons easier. And so I would just continue to take and encourage any sort of things that y'all are curious to see. I think having our new collection services supervisor she's a data gal, and she's going to be a lot more curious about a lot of our circulation stats And I think that y'all are gonna see a lot more of those sorts of numbers, and so we're gonna be investigating ways to bring you information about what is happening in our collection. So I would just say stay tuned for kind of changes upcoming in that. Unless anybody is just super married to the way that y'all see the stats right now, there will probably be changes for 2026. When we get back in January. So excited.
And I'll just give a couple updates on events. So tomorrow we have Turkey Fest here at the Civic Center out in the circle there. So it's sponsored by Excalibur Outreach and Groove Toyota. They both sponsor 200 turkeys, meal kits to give away. And we put the link out for families who are in need, worked with Inglewood Public Schools. And we filled up all the slots. So tomorrow, hopefully the weather holds out, but we'll still give all the turkey meals away between 11 and 1. You're welcome to stop by and help out if you're interested in just seeing what's going on. And then we have the tree lighting and we have a big holiday market here on December 6th. So the market's on the second floor from 9 to 2 o'clock. And then the tree lighting, which more vendors will be out there selling things, that'll be from 3 to 5. Anyways, it gets darker. So feel free to stop by. Our Holiday Express is completely sold out. So we're excited about that. That happens down at Bellevue Park. You can also volunteer if you want to check out the event. We're always taking volunteers. So coming to the end of the year. It's fun.
We've got a winter reading challenge coming up that starts on December 1st. So sign on up. It's a genre reading challenge. Yeah, so that'll be a little it's for grown-ups. For grown-ups, yes. So that'll be really fun. Person or adult services supervisor is also planning a celebration week in December. So if you come in during our celebration week, you might see us, some of us in pajamas. Or looking like the Grinch. So we are gonna do a little staff morale boost of a week, and yeah, I think it's really fun. Yeah, those are a couple fun things coming up.
Great, orange choice. I just want to point out the favorite feature that was not mentioned here tonight that I talked to Carrie about on the catalog, which is that now when you log into your catalog, you have a barcode to your library card, right? Yeah, and I used it.
Sure it works.
It does work.
Yeah.
I used it, yeah.
It's a soft launch. Soft launch. Thanks for noticing.
You were the first one.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Can we get the art calendar here at the library?
You can, once you get it.
Oh, okay.
It'll be available.
Yeah. I have a like suggestion for next year. Something I really enjoyed is when librarians came in and gave presentations. So like, on summer reading, or I think we had a children's one month. We could get one of those next year.
Absolutely.
You don't have to talk as much if you don't want to.
I was just thinking, I don't have a face for Kristen yet, so like.
Oh,
Yeah, like, I don't know, but she-
She's in here.
yeah.
We will, yeah, she's good.
Just to like spread it around and hear from. Yeah.
I love that, yes. we will.
There's a lot of faces.
And we're planning with our team for kind of monthly themed things, so that might just match up to what we're up to.
Where do our process rules live? Do you know? There are things that like what a quorum is.
Well,
Well,
quorum is actually,
is that, I know after I said 7, I was like, oh, no, it's 5.
Yeah.
I was thinking something different, but, we do have a website for boards and commissions, and there's a handbook there. The charter, that type stuff. And it does include something on the quorum and that, but I can send out the link to all you guys.
It's actually mooted by the direction in regard to the quorum.
Quorum, yeah.
or?
Lauren.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, majority of 9, so 5. Yeah, I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Also, I'd love to get the green.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay. It is 6:31 and we will adjourn.
Look at you, all the